They've got the clues, the catchphrases, and all the answers.
The password is roll.
Ken, roll. Uh-oh, I said the word.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 game show hosts.
I take my shoes off and my head doesn't work.
Number 10, Takeshi Kaga, Iron Chef. Known as the Chairman, this over-the-top host became popular the world over with the original Iron Chef.
And he named his men the Iron Chefs, the invincible men of culinary skills.
Though he's an accomplished actor in his native Japan, he gained fame with memorable catchphrases and by embodying his fabricated backstory.
The motivation for spending his fortune to create Kitchen Stadium was to encounter new original cuisines, which could be called true artistic creations.
As the Japanese nobleman who built Kitchen Stadium in his luxurious mansion, he stages sumptuous cooking competitions to discover whose cuisine reigns supreme.
It's the Iron Chef! Chan comes through!
Number 9, Gene Rayburn, The Match Game.
Says Gene Blank. Rayburn. You'll say Rayburn.
He was the blankest guy around. For over 2 decades and through several reboots, Rayburn helmed The Match Game, using his wit to interact with guests and the rowdy celebrity panel.
I tell you, I've never been so shocked, appalled, and outraged by an answer in my entire life.
I'll bet.
Rayburn read a statement, and contestants would fill in the blanks to match celebrities' answers, meaning raunchy humor, innuendos, and double entendres abounded.
Stop the music! Valerie, the big bad wolf said I just came from a house where this old lady had the biggest blanks I ever saw.
Boobs.
Rayburn's smooth talk, antics, and ability to make celebs behave made this one of the most highly rated game shows ever.
The biggest ones in the room.
Sit down.
That's true.
There's nothing wrong with Mother Nature.
Number 8, Anne Robinson, The Weakest Link.
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Think of her as the British Judge Judy of game shows.
You look lovely, Anne, you really do. And I
3
like the hair.
strikes and
Yeah.
you're out.
Okay.
While most game show hosts are men, this acerbic Brit made her mark on both sides of the pond with The Weakest Link. Never hesitating to insult, offend, or to say
Goodbye.
the cool, quick redhead dominated and scolded all who dared to answer her questions.
You're living in a flat,
Yeah.
but you went home to borrow Mummy's t-shirt?
And if you got one wrong, she was the queen of mean.
You're terrifying. In a sexy way.
Number 7, Dick Clark, Pyramid.
And here is your host, Dick Clark.
As master of ceremonies for the original incarnation of this popular game show franchise, TV legend Dick Clark stood watch as contestants and their celebrity partners attempted to quickly guess words based on each other's cryptic descriptions.
Go.
Hoe, a rake.
Things are garden tools.
Charming, kind, and always quick with helpful hints,
There they will say you're giving so perhaps a synonym.
A synonym, got it. All right.
Word is innocent. We're trying to get innocent across.
It's been so long, Dick. You know,
so long since you were innocent.
Clark was already popular from his American Bandstand days. His looks, voice, and ageless charisma made him synonymous with the Pyramid brand, even as the prizes increased.
And all that you've learned and all the times you've played here, Tony, what is it you don't do?
You don't say shit.
Number 6, Monty Hall, Let's Make a Deal.
Well, in that particular deal, we gave out an awful lot of stuff.
Not only did this iconic host act as the face of this series, he also created it. After choosing audience members based on their zany costumes and wacky antics, Hall offered them a prize, immediately asking if they trade it for what's behind curtain number 1, curtain number 2, or curtain number 3.
We have the gum, or you may have what's behind curtain number 1. Now, sometimes we put something in things like this, and sometimes not.
This premise was a revolution in a world of super complicated game shows, and Hall was its steady and enthusiastic MC.
And more than that, we had for you some money. How much money was there in here? There happened to be a $1,000 bill and $300.
Number 5, Regis Philbin, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Good evening and welcome to Sunday Night at Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Though he was already famous from his daytime talk show, and he briefly hosted other game shows, Reach became a true pop culture phenomenon with this trivia show and his memorable catchphrase.
Okay, final answer?
Final answer.
It's a good one. You're absolutely right. You won $100.
Iconic and likable, Philbin can be credited with reviving the game show trend with the American version of Millionaire. Often imitated but never duplicated, Regis was over the top, loud, and excitable, and the perfect man for the job.
So if you're ready, let's go for the million.
Number 4, Richard Dawson, Family Feud.
Coast Guard's #1 answer. Part of the watch. You said. Face survey said. 23.
First an actor, then a match game panelist, this flirtatious fellow finally hit his stride as a touchy-feely game show host. Pitting families against each other to see what 100 people think about random things, Dawson earned the label the Kissing Bandit because of his tendency to smooch all female contestants.
Hello. How you doing?
Fine, then.
The friendly face that made The Feud one of history's most popular game shows, survey says Dawson's one of the greats.
Somewhere, Jesus is looking down, saying, what?
He didn't have 20 seconds.
Number 3, Pat Sajak, Wheel of Fortune.
Spin the wheel, you solve the puzzle, you could go home with that $100 grand. So we're going to ask you to spin, give it a good one, and let's see what happens.
After taking the wheel from Chuck Woolery, Sajak, his quirky personality, and his stylish sidekick Vanna White made Wheel a can't-miss show. Even after over 3 decades, he keeps the series fresh and still seems to sincerely care what happens as contestants try to guess a sentence, one letter at a time.
500.
N.
Yeah, there's one. 550 actually is what it's worth.
With his genuine and natural personality, Sajak helped make Wheel of Fortune the longest-running syndicated American game show ever.
Hey, over here. I'm doing a big speech about how hard this is, and then you solve the puzzle, and then you win all that.
Number 2, Alex Trebek, Jeopardy!
Here we go. Round 1. Here are the categories.
The sometimes smug and always knowledgeable host of this quiz game never hesitates to remind contestants to answer in the form of a question.
This Red Fox series was based on a British sitcom called Steptoe and Son. Peter.
What is Sanford and Son?
Right.
Always a class act, Trebek helped turn a show considered too smart for TV into one of the most popular trivia game shows ever. In fact, Trebek is such a beloved part of pop culture, he was lampooned mercilessly by a certain late-night comedy show.
These are words that begin with S. The answer is, Popeye is this sort of man. Burt Reynolds.
What is Popeye?
No.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Thank you and good evening. Welcome to the Hollywood Squares. Hello, stars. We've got a field of 4 high-strung, young, newlywed couples, all raring to go in the Newlywed Game Derby.
But you did fine. What happened? The one that you came a cropper on.
I didn't think it was that bad.
That's how you get the squares. First game's worth $1,000. Who won the toss?
Number 1, Bob Barker, The Price is Right. Sure, he hosted a handful of popular and long-running game shows, but Bob Barker is The Price is Right.
Actual retail price, $17.97.
With his skinny mic, dapper suits, and pleas to help control the pet population,
Bob Barker reminding you, Louise the Pleasure, to help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.
Barker proved that longevity in the TV world was possible, finally retiring with more outstanding game show host Emmys than anyone after 50 years in the biz.
Now, folks, I want to thank you very, very much for inviting me into your homes for the last 50 years. I am deeply grateful.
Modest, timeless, and impossibly cool, Barker was the man who kept fans lining up to come on down.
And all 4 of you, come on down. You're the first contestants on the new Price is Right.
Do you agree with our list? Who's your favorite game show host?
And 3, you can probably tell by the costume where I was, and I want to tell you, Secaucus, New Jersey is beautiful at this time of the year.
For more top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.